According to Ipsos polling done exclusively for Global News, 6 in 10 Canadians say the turmoil reflects a broader problem with hockey culture in Canada. 23% of men consider the scandals isolated incidents, compared to 13% of women. The vast majority, 85%, say sponsors, amateur leagues, and governments did the right thing by withdrawing support from Hockey Canada, but 78% of respondents are confident Hockey Canada will change for the better with a new board of directors.
Most people feel 85%. You don't generally see numbers in the range of 85%. Feel that this is a fairly pervasive problem. And even when you probe a little bit more deeply, you find that people see it as a problem with organized sports in general, not just with Hockey Canada, particularly if you ask women. At least in the research, there doesn't seem to be a big effect on the popularity of the sport, but there's certainly a lot of caution among people about how the amateur hockey world is functioning these days. And they really do believe that there is a necessity for change. And you don't generally see numbers in polls in the 80s, but on just about everything we asked about this, the numbers were in the 80s. People don't think that the status quo can persist. They believe that change is necessary, and they believe also that improvement will come from change. There is a gender divide, and women are more likely to see the problem as being more pervasive. And they are also more likely to look at these as not isolated incidents, that they're actually something that's part of the culture of hockey, but not, as I said before, just hockey, but organized sports in general. So women see this as more of a pervasive problem and not a series of isolated events. But when you look at the most responsibility, what you see is the people who are in the positions of power. So people who are managers, people who are in charge of what's going on, plus coaches are seeing as predominantly most important to change. So it's about the structures of power in sports, and particularly for women, they feel that there's a need for change there. 78% of the people that we interviewed said with change, with improvement, things will actually get better. So there is a view that with appropriate levels of change, particularly with things like training people to be more aware of what's going on and raising the level of awareness on this around these issues, that things will actually get better. So it's not just all gloom and doom in the poll. It's not just a real negative assessment of what the situation is. There's a belief that there's a problem, but that it can be affected, and the change really needs to come in the leadership and the level of training that's available for people who are participating in the sports. And if we get that, then 78% of Canadians say that things will get better.